Hello everybody and welcome back to our KDF spin-off of Star Trek Online. So it's been a couple of months actually since the last time I recorded one of these. Reason for that is quite simply that I just kind of got busy with other stuff. So, and I, excuse me about that. As I was about to say, I also just sort of sat on the videos that I recorded, so they're only, as I'm recording this in like mid-April, they're only just now finally starting to go up. Because I've had a bit of an interruption to my recording schedule, and so I kind of needed something to fill in gaps that are resulting as a result of that, or rather that are appearing as a result of that. So yeah, and figured, you know what, let's go ahead and continue recording this when I get the opportunity periodically, just so I can go ahead and get the last like 4 missions it is that we have left. I believe it's 4. Yeah. So yeah, now you will notice obviously some differences. Our character is level 65 and we're flying around in a D7. This is the legendary D7 from the Klingon Recruit Pack, which I did purchase, and I did use the boost on this character because, quite frankly, I could not be bothered to level this character to 65, just because of all the time it would take. And the reality is, the easiest way to do it would have required me running through missions that I've already run through a million times, and granted I'm going to have to do that anyway to get these rewards, but these don't actually matter that much to me. So I'm really just going to take my time with a lot of these. So yeah, but nonetheless I wanted to go ahead and at least, you know, sort of finish all that up. At least the leveling, because I didn't care to deal with it for the millionth time it seems like. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be doing the mission Alpha. So, dangers lurk in a remote jungle deep in Romulan territory. Will you be the predator or the prey?
One of the vessels that took part in the raid on Utopia Planitia has gone missing in the Orith system, in Romulan space. We received a brief burst from the ship's emergency transponder, but then it went silent. If this was a Romulan attack, we may have a new enemy to face in this war. Command has ordered us to go to the last known location of the ship. Once there, we are to find the missing vessel and recover the critical data, if possible.
Okay.
Everything we do is for the Empire.
Yes it is, and I'm also going to go ahead and hide all these because they're kind of cluttering up my menu. And I'll get around to them at some point in the future. I suppose I probably shouldn't hide those, otherwise I'll just never find them again. And make sure, my mic is working, okay. Let's go ahead and just transwarp over to the system in question. Now, you probably caught a glimpse of it when I opened up this menu before to mention that this is the legendary D7. Yeah, this, I haven't bothered fully kitting out this ship. Largely just because I couldn't be bothered right now. I really can't. So yeah, let's go ahead. So the Orith system is dominated by Orith Prime, a large hydrogen-helium gas giant with significant amounts of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. In close orbit with Orith Prime is Orith 2, a small M-class planet covered in jungles and thick vegetation. Empire scientists say that the atmosphere on Orith 2 is not hazardous, although they speculate that the influence of the gas giant has led to unusual aberrations in the planet's ecosystem. Or aberrations, rather. Intelligence reports indicate that Nausicaan pirates have taken up residence in clusters of asteroids drawn into orbit by Orith Prime's massive gravity well. Captains in the region are advised to use caution when exploring the region. Ah, that's okay, that's fine with us. This is going to be one of those loading screens that takes forever to get started, and then it'll just magically finish once it gets about halfway through. Or, well, I guess about a third, rather. I don't know what it is about some of these loading screens. in STO here. Sometimes they're just very slow, and other times they're very fast.
We have arrived in the Orith system. The bird of prey may be in orbit, obscured by the planet itself. It may have crashed on the planet or been destroyed here in space. It is time to begin the hunt. Ready to begin a sensor sweep on your command.
Now, Kamen, yeah, you're not anybody in my crew. I don't know where the hell you are. I mean, presumably you're on my ship. Oh, no, you're probably on that. Good. Begin your scan, Kamen. But I'm still the one who does it.
There is too much radiation from Orith Prime. It's scrambling the sensor signals. We should narrow down the search area with more intensive scans of key areas. That small Ion Nebula is a good place to start.
Helm, set a course for the Ion Nebula. Now, again, game, Kamen is not a member of my crew. And he said he's ready. I'm assuming he's in the Quib Intel battlecruiser there. And he said he was ready. Emphasis on he. To begin scans on my command. Which would indicate that he should have been the one doing the scanning, not me. Also, he's apparently pretty damn slow. He's need actually full impulse to catch up. Though that's also partly just because the way the AI works. They don't try to stay with you. So they get these, oh, I got too close, let me just stop and sit here for a while. And then all of a sudden he'll start moving, and then he'll full impulse to catch back up, and then he'll just stop again. Actually, he just really doesn't seem to want to move at all now. There we go. Looks to be about 10 kilometers when they decide, oh, I got too far away. Full impulse to catch up. The ionic radiation is reducing our sensor range, attempting to compensate. Calibrate sensors.
Your officers are skilled, my friend. We now have a detailed scan of the Ion Nebula. There is a cluster of debris behind the larger asteroid. Metallic content is consistent with a ship. That may be what remains of our missing vessel. If so, there could be something left to salvage in the wreckage.
But all I did was configure the scanner. We hadn't actually officially said to scan. Unless we imagine that my command was, okay, configure the sensors to work properly and then scan immediately after, without me needing to give two separate commands like that. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go ahead and find out, command. Go check out the wreckage. Need to recalibrate the sensors to compensate for the level of debris here. Okay, calibrate the sensors. Turret's powering up. They're hidden among the debris.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Don't mind me, just let me cloak for a second, decloak, and then...
Target shield has
There we go. You know, you gotta get all the little kills that you can, wherever you can get them. So, again, calibrate the sensors. Also just double check, because I've noticed a couple times my traits seem to disappear.
I suspect that pirates have been ambushing ships in this system with traps like this for some time now. Crude, but effective. Many a freighter captain came through here trying to avoid inspections, only to meet a cold and brutal end.
You know, I don't know what it is, but OBS seems to be having some serious issues with this game nowadays when I try to record it. Because I'm seeing my FPS readout that I have on a separate device here that's hooked up to my OBS to give me the ability to command muting my audio sources, pausing the recording, starting and stopping the recording, etc. I also have it set up to report whatever FPS OBS is reporting, and OBS seems to be reporting an FPS like down in the single or low double digits. Like we're talking 10, 12, 13. But also I'm seeing a lot of 6s and 7s for some reason. I do not know why OBS seems to be having problems with this game. And I know that wasn't the issue before, but it just seems to always happen. And I kind of wonder if it has something to do with the UI here, because I know some aspects of STO's UI just seem to chug everything. Any sign of our missing vessel?
Sensors are picking up Romulan and Nausicaan alloys within the debris field, but nothing from a Klingon vessel. I'm reading an interesting radiation anomaly nearby. I think we should investigate it.
So sorry that the FPS is going to be really freaking low on this video. There's really nothing I can do about it. I don't know what the issue is, but for some reason, OBS just has issues with Star Trek Online recording for some reason. And I don't know why. I mean, literally the only thing it's recording is the single video source and 2 audio sources, my microphone and the game audio. But for some reason, it just chugs OBS. OBS just drops to its knees for whatever reason with this game. And that's not an issue with any other game that I've played and recorded. Hell, I've done some other streams of some other games recently and no problems whatsoever. Just OBS cannot apparently record Star Trek Online for some reason without just... Jesus, that just went below 1 FPS. Very well, Helm, take us to the anomaly, this anomaly of commends. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck the deal is with OBS here. It dies with Star Trek Online for some reason. And it's not like there's anything else just sucking up memory or anything, system resources or anything. It's just, excuse me, it's just Star Trek Online for some reason. I do not know why. I really don't. It makes no freaking sense. I mean, God. You know, it's a good thing I'm basically going to be done with recording Star Trek Online for a while once we're done with this series. Maybe whatever the hell the issue is will get sorted out by somebody.
This is pirate space, and we answer to no one. Leave or die.
Target shields have failed.
Come on, I told you to fire, damn it. Yeah, see, now in battle it's reporting 60 and then all of a sudden it drops down to 30 for a second, then 5.
We will never surrender.
I honestly believe it's something with some aspect of the UI elements, because it's reporting a nice solid 60 right now in battle. But when we're out of battle, it's just all over the frickin' place. For whatever reason. Explosion occurred, stayed a solid 60 this time.
Nausicaan pirates. They must see the Romulans as easy targets. It is possible they attacked our missing vessel as well, despite the alliance between the Nausicans and the Empire.
But dialogue box pops up and all of a sudden it drops to below 30. If so, they paid the price for their treachery.
Indeed. They should have known better than to challenge a Klingon. Wait. Reading an energy signature on the surface of Orith 2. It corresponds to that of a warp core.
Okay, now it's back up to... God. Fucking OBS, right? One of ours?
Indeed. And of the size and class used in a bird of prey. We need to get down there and investigate. There could be survivors.
Helm, take us into orbit over Orith 2.
Standard orbit established. We are in transporter range. Away team is standing by in Transporter Room 1.
Beam down. And this is one of those loading screens again. I mean, I had noticed when I gone to render the other videos I'd recorded for this series that it was sort of just... movement wasn't particularly smooth. But I don't think it was ever as bad as this was just reporting earlier.
Detecting bands of Vistrium in the rock formations here. It scatters transporter signals, so this is as close as we can get to the bird of prey safely. We should make our way to high ground and get an overview of the area. Then we can plan how to proceed to the crash site.
And I didn't have my readout at the time, so I didn't really and I wasn't really looking at it when I did finally get it set up initially. It's that I didn't really observe that there were issues. And again, it seems like it's only Star Trek Online. I do not know why. None of the other things I've recorded seem to have ever had any of those issues. But, whatever. Continue. Like, I mean, I freaking recorded some more War Thunder footage before, and I mean, War Thunder is a much more demanding game than Star Trek Online is graphically. And yet, for whatever reason, it had no noticeable problems, in my experience.
My tricorder's range has been reduced by more than 60%. The Vistrium and trace amounts of Kelvinite could account for some of that, but no, there's something else. I think we're dealing with a jammer of some sort. Run a scan and confirm my readings.
Very well, scanning now. Of course, now it's reporting a solid 60.
There. Do you see it?
Looks like a low-level duonetic field.
Exactly. And naturally occurring duonetic fields would not be so constant in effect. This field is artificially generated. I'm sure of it. Be advised. That field will make using transporters difficult. I believe our weapons will still work, however.
Understood. Remain vigilant. I do not think we are alone here. Well, of course our weapons will still work. I'm just gonna be meleeing shit. At least that's the plan.
As I suspected, that field is making it difficult to maintain a sensor lock. It won't be safe to beam out of here without using a pattern enhancer.
We will set one up then. I do not want to be trapped here. Or we could also bring a shuttle down. That's also an option.
Picking up some energy readings to the south. The jungle is dense. Many life signs. Exercise caution. Dangers are hidden here. We are not alone.
Of course not. There's an
rocks here form natural valleys and causeways. If we head to the low ground and follow the valleys, we should be able to reach the crash site.
I was about to say, of course we're not alone here. You literally just reported an artificial duonetic field. So, yeah, of course we're not alone here. Let's get down from here and push through this jungle. Yep, there it is. I believe there are some accolades for finding some stuff on this mission. I, for the life of me, do not recall where they are, and frankly do not care enough. But I believe I got the one the last time I ran this mission way back in the day on my KDF. Well, Orion, rather, but still KDF. I think there might be like an alpha or something that you can kill somewhere and you get an accolade for it. I think there was something like that. This seems like it's... No, that kind of looks like that's going in the right direction. I don't want to go that direction right now. Actually, they're all probably... This would loop around and take me the same way, actually. This looks like it would be a dead end, though. I know I said I didn't really care enough, but...
We should get our weapons ready.
My weapon is ready. It's always ready. Oh, it's you, okay? Yeah, I can't click on those to interact. Come on, actually sprint, thank you. Okay, and that just looped us around, actually. Okay. I was kind of expecting that to spawn something, if I'm being honest. But evidently not the case. Arethian Sabercat.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Okay, that thing just kind of keeled over and died. I don't even think anybody hit it with that last
just
shot.
Up ahead.
Yeah, that looks like a bird of prey.
There it is! The bird of prey! Recommend we run a baseline scan before we proceed. I do not like surprises, and there have been too many of them here already.
Agreed, scanning now.
Those might be life signs, but the radiation from the ship's reactor is fouling up my tricorder. We can't rely on our instruments here. Visual recon is our next option.
Yeah, it's called eyes or a pair of binoculars if you don't quite have the ability to see this far out. But you know, yeah, no, I see a guy out there. Captain Katang. A couple of dead warriors. That's about all I see right now, at least. Very well, stay alert. Let's move out. Nope, looks like another guy. Romulan. Didn't see the Romulan initially. Also, interesting that it's only the one Romulan. I do not see any others. Captain Katang?
Kavan, I am Katang, captain of what remains of this honored vessel.
What happened here, Captain?
We were returning from a recon mission and encountered Nasakan pirates. One of them got a lucky shot and knocked our seal generator out. We were making repairs when the Hirogen attacked.
Rogan, here. They have come far to hunt.
Indeed. They are good at that. They jammed our transmissions and began to hunt us like animals. Shortly after, we crashed. I do not know how many of my crew remain. Several of them went into the jungle to hunt the Hirogen against my orders. Young fools. Always it is the brave ones who die.
We will search the area for your crew, Captain. Romulan, you want to explain what you're doing here?
A Romulan. Not terribly unexpected, considering where we are. But I do wonder why a Romulan is in the company of Klingon warriors. Keep him close for now. We can interrogate him later, once we don't have to worry about the Hirogen putting their blades in our backs.
Now, the fact that we had to scan for life signs is a little silly, if we're being honest here. He's very clearly moving, straining with his arm and everything, curling up in a ball. Obviously he's alive. You know, you don't do that shit when you're dead. Watch him closely. We have enough to worry about as it is. Okay, and we're actually taking him with us because, of course. Pretty obvious this guy's dead.
I'm detecting level 3 radiation burns and severe heat damage. This warrior must have been very close to a power conduit when it exploded.
You mean he was killed by rocks? Because this is Star Trek, and explosions always result in rocks. Not how I would wish to die. Well, technically, game, he's not a surviving crewman. He is very obviously dead. Okay, let's go ahead and check out these guys, because apparently these guys count because of reasons.
This warrior survived the crash. A very sharp blade killed them, expertly wielded. By tracing the blood trail back to its source, I found a second drag path and 2 sets of footprints. I believe this warrior died trying to defend someone else. Someone who was then taken.
Then perhaps they can be found and liberated.
I'm detecting electrical burns and plasma damage, along with pieces of shrapnel that could have come from an exploding console. This warrior died with honor. There's nothing that indicates they left their post.
So another guy who was killed by rocks. To die in the line of duty is... To die in the line of duty is the hope of every Klingon.
This warrior was killed by blunt force trauma. The wounds could have been caused by the force of the crash. If the ship's inertial dampers were offline before the ship hit the atmosphere, it is likely that many of the crew were killed this way.
I don't know, Command. If I'm being honest, a ship like this, falling uncontrolled down to the surface, I kind of feel like they'd probably turn to paste if they were killed as a result of the inertial dampeners being offline as the ship fell, well, not really fell, plummeted down to the planet below. Unfortunate.
This warrior had many internal injuries. Injuries that should have been immediately fatal. And yet, they survived for some time. And look! Their disruptor was drained of power. Every shot was fired. They died in battle.
Today, there was a new warrior in Stovokor.
That's all of them. Let's go talk to Captain Katang.
Yes, let's... Captain?
Where? Where is the enemy? I will die as a warrior. Do not let me die like this.
Be still. I will tend to your wounds, Captain.
My strength returns. I will live to fight for the Empire. Do you hear, Hirogen cowards? Katang, son of Karok, lives on. Meet me in battle, if you have the spine for it.
It is our understanding that you acquired valuable tactical data, Captain.
It is quite a prize indeed. Complete scans of the Romulan defenses, and the plans for a new type of warbird. Unfortunately, that green-blooded Petach over there detected us. Clever bastard was following in our warp trail as we left the Ratar system. Heh. Clever, but not clever enough. We detected him and disabled his shuttle.
I'm surprised you didn't just kill him.
I've considered it several times, but my senior officer has convinced me that Imperial intelligence might like a word with him. So we threw him in the brig. Since then, there's been nothing but trouble. The cunning Toba managed to sabotage our computers after the crash. He'd have done more if my chief engineer hadn't introduced him to the business end of her spanner.
How badly did he damage your computers?
They're functional, but barely. You should be able to extract what you need from them, but I would hurry before the power runs out.
I am getting power readings from within the ship, but they are at minimal levels. If we can find a working terminal, we can use it to access the ship's data core.
Let's see what we can recover. Bypass static core lockout.
I have the data. It's encrypted, but there will be time to deal with that later. For now, we should aid Captain Katang and any other survivors here.
Agreed. Captain Katang?
Gabla! I'm ready to leave this wretched planet. Lead the way. I'll follow you back to the transport point.
He said he'll follow us, but he's the one leading the way, because that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Well, game, we already know our ship's not able to beam us out here. Ornock, this is the away team. We're on our way to the transport site. Stand by. Prep for beam up. We have survivors. Okay, we were just telling them.
That's the Patach of a Romulan.
As I was about to say, okay, we were just telling the ship we were on our way back. Okay, gotta go catch Regen. Oh shit.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Out. Okay, continue forward.
Captain Katang must have had a bomb rigged to the warp core. He knew the reading Klingon life signs up ahead. More survivors from the crash, most likely.
Sorry about that. Apparently I made the, 2 steps necessary to cut off his first line of dialogue, which was saying that the captain must have had a bomb on the, warp core. Was it warp core or just core? Yeah, rigged to the warp core. He knew the Hirogen would return. Or Hirogen, as they actually are pronouncing it. Always just said Hirogen.
These Hirogen have no honor. If they did, they wouldn't keep warriors caged like animals. Let us free these warriors and send them to the pattern enhancer for evacuation. Once that is done, we can return there ourselves.
But admittedly, I haven't gotten around to watching Voyager, so I don't know how they pronounce it on the show. But yeah, here they pronounce it as Hirogen. But again, I've always pronounced it just Hirogen. But whatever. Katang bought us some time. Let us make the most of it. Did he buy us time? Because he didn't do shit.
Where are the Hirogen? I will make them pay for this! Evacuate! As you wish. Should I see a Hirogen, I may be delayed. Ha!
Yeah, you do that.
Honor to you and your house, warrior. You have my thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
I will not die in a cage, but as a warrior of the Empire. Kapla!
Yep.
Where are the Hirogen? I will make them pay for this!
And somehow we passed this guy.
There's that Romulan again! Quick, grab him!
He's not running now.
I submit to your will. Among my people, that would make you bound to protect me as you would an honored guest. So, guard me now, if you are truly honorable. A large force of Hirogen are coming this way. I won't survive without your assistance.
Well, isn't that just convenient? Well, I suppose we'll still take you along with us because, yes, Imperial intelligence may be interested in interrogating you.
It's not clear what he knows about Katang's mission, but we do know that he wanted us to capture him and escape from the Hirogen. The choice is yours. Shall we take him with us, or not?
Yes, we're taking him with us because, again, assuming that Katang wasn't lying to us for whatever reason, which I do not recall if, you know, that's actually the case or not, because it's been so long since I played this mission last. He was overruled by his superior who told him, bring the Romulan along. Maybe he's got some interesting stories to tell us via interrogation. So we're not going to say that he mysteriously died in the crash. We'll bring him along. Because again, maybe Imperial intelligence will get some very interesting details out of him. Maybe some more details about that fancy new warbird that they're apparently working on.
You won't regret this. If I ever return to my home, I will tell my people that there is at least one officer of the Empire who truly knows the meaning of the word honor. Lead the way. I will follow willingly.
Regen, I think you have a slight misunderstanding as to how this is going to work. You're going to spend basically the rest of your life sitting in a Klingon black site, more or less. Oh shit, okay, I didn't realize these guys were spawning.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Okay, and you guys got them up, wonderful.
The Hirogen won't give up the hunt easily. In that, they are almost Klingon. Stay on guard. There may be more traps and ambushes ahead.
We can follow that jungle path next to the hillside we came out to get here. Yes, this is the way we're going.
These scheming Patak are using me and my crewmates as bait for their traps. There is a spatial charge underneath me. It is wired to explode if I move. You might be able to disarm it if you cut the right wire. Save me, or let me die with my honor intact.
Well, I don't think being used as a trap would be considered an honorable death, so we'll help you. Or at least try. Cut the green, orange, and red wires. Okay, we're gonna have to be quick on that.
Enemy commit.
Really, dude? Quit it with that.
The warrior
And I got
fell in battle and died with honor.
Oh. Well, it's not my fault he ended up getting himself killed. You know, I saved his ass, but at least he died in battle now. Okay. Got the green wire. Disarm.
Enemy targets on sensors.
It also doesn't help that my guys apparently don't spread out, and these guys are using full auto weapons. Or full auto rifles, so they have that spread attack. Oh shit, this one survived.
Sent the warrior to the evac site.
Good for him. This one survived. This way. Yeah, we'll wait till you're further away before we hop on the... saving this guy. Don't need you getting dragged into battle and dying like the first dude did. Cut the green wire. Nice and easy.
Flanking damage detected.
I think this crewman died.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
The warrior fell in battle and died with honor.
I want to assume there might be an accolade for saving them all, but honestly, it's kind of a pain in the ass to save them all when they, you know, get themselves just standing in the center of a crowd. And they get the crowd gets focused fire by like 5 different guys. Okay, so we get an accolade for, you know, at least attempting to save them, but I wonder if there's another accolade for, you know, them all actually making it back. It's possible there isn't, because, you know, maybe Cryptic was smart enough to realize that's basically impossible, especially because you can't order them around at all.
I've sent the warrior to the evac site.
Flanking damage detected.
I mean, it's not completely impossible, certainly. I'm sure it's possible. It's just too much of a pain in the ass. Maybe they were, like I said, potentially smart enough to not do an accolade for that. Not that I really care.
There you are. Let us talk of victory.
Again.
Ah, I killed the Herodian leader in battle, and then caught most of his witless lackeys in the blast. It was glorious. Kalis himself could have done no better.
Then I meant Katang. I don't know why I said again, or whatever the hell it was I said.
Ah, but there is still glory to be had, brave warriors. A second Herodian Alpha still lives. He has been chasing me through the jungle. Now, we will fight together, side by side, with honor. Death to the Herodian! Kapla!
Yes, Kapla and all that. Oh, right here.
Personal shield losing power. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
I am using a melee weapon game. You realize how little sense that makes to be like, use your melee weapon, or use your melee attack. Well, I'm using a melee weapon. All my attacks are melee attacks.
That was just a prelude. The Alpha is coming. Ah, he's hiding. Watch for his minions.
Okay, Alpha decided to piss off, so I gotta deal with these guys now.
Personal shield losing power.
Don't just push me. I need to get rid of this damn generator. Okay, we're done.
It has been a day of glory and of honor. Know that you are a friend to me and my house. What you have done for me and my crew, I will never forget. When we meet again, we will drink a barrel of my family's finest blood wine. Perhaps two, if we're still standing after the first. Ha!
Now, I don't know if any of you guys were paying particular attention to what he looked like in the dialogue box here in the past. This is a completely different model all of a sudden. It is an updated model, that's definitely for certain, but it's a completely different model than what Katang has looked like throughout this entire mission so far. Now, he used to have like blood dripping here. Well, I'm pretty sure it was blood. It was a scar of some sort. I'm pretty sure it was actually a bloody scar. And I'm pretty sure he was not wearing this, like, overcoat looking thing. Can we find him in here? Or is he... I think he's pissed off somewhere. I can't find him. But wherever he is, this is not what he looked like before in the dialogue. Somehow Cryptic managed to completely change his picture, and for whatever reason they just have two different pictures for him depending upon where you are in the mission, it seems like. Which is just weird, because that should not be the case. He hasn't had time to get properly healed up and everything, switch out his clothes for something different. It makes no sense for him to look like this now all of a sudden, right now. It makes sense if, say, it was after the mission was over, and if he were giving us a mission debrief, you could consider it to be a case of him talking to us now, a couple hours, maybe a day later, after he's had time to get patched up and change clothes and everything.
Truly? Ah, good. I have so many questions for that miserable Karut. He will wish for the tender mercies of Imperial intelligence when I'm finished with him. I may let them have him. Or perhaps I will drag him by those pointed ears all the way to Rura Penthe.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here finally. Yeah, he's up here. Yeah, see, that is what he's looked like this entire mission. But for whatever reason, that last dialogue with him, he is completely different than what he actually looks like here. I don't know why. And it's possible it's a case of the game screwing up and showing one of these other people's images. But I don't think any of them are wearing that uniform. The overcoat looking thing. That actually kind of looks like the Chancellor's coat, if I'm being completely honest. So I don't know why that happened, but for whatever reason that happened. But let's go ahead and beam out of here.
We are cleared for transporter operations and can leave at your command.
And for whatever reason, Balera is still got her little cloaking thing going on her. Her little stealth module. Yep, let's beam up. Let's get out of here. I don't recall if this is the end of the mission or not, though. I think there might be another space fight, but I'm not sure. Nope, there's not.
This was a good victory. Though Katang's ship is a loss, he lives on, a strong warrior and hero of the Empire. He will critically reduce the supply of blood wine in the first city while he celebrates. But that is a small price to pay, I think. You and I both know we need all of the stout fighters we can get if we're to defeat the Federation. Saving warriors like Katang will help us achieve that victory. Ah, but I've chewed enough ligament here. Until we fight together once more. Serve with honor, my friend!
Yeah, I'll take the Hirogen Tetrion Blast Rifle. I don't think it has anything particularly special going for it beyond just its name is not just a generic Tetrion Blast Rifle. I think that's like literally the only thing it really has going for it. We'll take it. We'll literally never use it. I may not even bother remembering to actually put it in my bank and end up accidentally selling it at some point in the future. But either way, that'll be it for this episode. I will see you all next time, where we will begin the first episode, or the first mission rather, in the Fakiri Returns story arc. Okay, it looks like I do not have any Marauder missions popping up right now. That's fine, game. I can live with that. It's a little annoying, but I can live with it. Now they show up. Thank you, game. After I don't need them anymore. Well, I still needed them, but you know, I didn't have everybody for them. Oh well, can't do anything about it now. But yeah, as I was saying, so I'll see you all next time. A quick reminder, I do have a Patreon and a Discord. You can find links to those down below in the description. I do recommend joining the Discord so you can stay updated on channel happenings, either for when I won't be able to record or live stream or whatever. During a week, I'll make sure to post stuff there, generally speaking. Sometimes I'll remember to post on other social media, but 99.9% of the time, I don't remember to do it. So yeah, I highly recommend joining the Discord, even if it's just so you can stay updated on that type of stuff. And the Patreon that's just the easiest and best way to support the channel if you enjoy the content. So yeah, if you find yourself enjoying this video or any of the other videos on the channel and you want to help support the channel so I can continue to bring you all this content, make system improvements to my system and things of that nature so I can bring you this I can improve the content, you know, play games at higher resolutions, frame rates, whatever, be able to play more demanding games, be able to record without OBS suddenly dropping down to single-digit FPS when trying to record Star Trek Online for whatever reason. Things like that. There is the option to go ahead and become a patron. You can do it as little as $1 a month or all the way up to, I believe the highest tier I have is $5. I believe that's the highest tier I have. But just pick whatever tier best suits your financial ability and how much you've enjoyed the content on the channel. I was about to suddenly merge two random words together for some reason because I'm talking a little too fast. So yeah. So until the next video, which I don't know when I'll be recording it, goodbye and farewell.